Okay, so I liked how this worked. The tab worked just fine, and the slot worked just fine. I'm pretty sure I only need one slot, and I'm pretty sure that I only need the tab to be about 3/4 as long as it is right now. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start designing an actual fan out of this. So another new sketch, because this sketch is gonna have parameters and crap. Tab length. I don't remember. It was 12, so 8. And then slot width is 2. Those are the parameters I have so far. And then I need to decide how big I want this to be and how many segments I want it to have. So 110, and then make this let's go ahead and make these collinear and vertical or horizontal. Okay, that's essentially how much. That's essentially how big I want this to be. I think 110 in length will give me enough stuff to like make things work. But anyways, I am going to need to calculate some stuff real quick, because if I want, say, 3 segments, which I know I want more than 3 segments, but suppose I wanted 3 segments, right? I can't just make the segments this big. I'd need to make them like that big, right? Because part of these segments are going to overlap when it's open, because that's kind of how this works, right? So if I took a line that went from here to here and then from here to here and made this last bit the tab length, right? And then I put an arc. I'm going to make everything out of arcs just so that everything fits, right? And then I believe it was about 5 millimeters, was it? Yes, it was. Okay. So then I'm just going to make this be 5 millimeters. Then a line going all the way to here. And then this goes here. Now, that's not what should be 5 millimeters. I'm gonna make a construction from the start. This is what should be 5 millimeters. And then if I measure from here to here, 5.45, yeah, that's good enough. Okay. So these are construction, and then that, whoops. This is not. Okay. Then I offset this by 2. Whoops. I offset this by 2. And then I bring this line back into here. And there's the slot, or there's the tab, right? but I do want it to be maybe, can I measure this distance from here to here? Yeah, I'll make that 5. Actually, make it 4. 3. Yeah. And then I want about 1 millimeter. Let's see. I want another arc going from here. Whoops, wrong kind of arc. Going from here to here. Right? And then, you know what? Parameter. Tab edge distance. So I'll call that 3. And change this to tab edge distance. There. Now I can change how far that is. And if I bring back the original sketch here, I didn't check where things would be. Okay, let me eyeball this real quick on the physical piece. The tab is going to need to be about 3 millimeters. Okay, so then from here to here, and then collinear here, this is 3 millimeters, and that is where the slot is going to start. Is all that needs to be. And then this should be in as much as possible, right? And then the slot will start. This is construction line. Okay. The slot will start and go okay. Okay. The slot will start here and go about there-ish. And then this has to be collinear with this. And then from here to here should be, if I was 45, right, then this would be able to change by 45 degrees, right? Well, 45 minus this, which would be 3 degrees, right? So the difference in angle between all of these segments would be about 43 degrees, right? And so to get the whole 180, I would need to add 43 degrees to all of these, starting at 7.2 degrees. So it would be 180 minus 7.2. Wrong. Divided by 45, or 43, would give me about 4 segments. I feel like 6 segments is pretty good. So if I do that again, right, 180 minus, 7.2, divide that by 6 segments, they have to have a difference of about 28 degrees, right? So plus the 3 is 31.8 degrees, so like 32 degrees, right? And then I put another line here, except this one's not a construction line. Then I put an arc here because I'm making everything, let's see. Change parameters. Straight edge width. And that will be about 1.5. Okay. Where is that 1.5? Yeah. And the reason why I'm doing it like that is because there we go. Straight edge width. Okay. So 1.5 at this. So if I move this, nothing can move because, yeah. So if I move that, if I move the tab edge width, right, to be like 2, then everything else has moved slightly. And if that moves out that way, that moves this in this way. Anyways, so then put another arc, not that arc, this arc. Put another arc here. And then a line, right? That is also straight edge width. There we go. And if I measure the entire thing, it's going to be about like, I don't know, 46 degrees? 40 degrees, right? Actually, what I should have done, if I want it to be actually 180, is I need, and I want 6 segments, right? I need this distance divided by 6, or this angle divided by 6, right? So I would need some angle plus all of these angles, right? So hang on. It's 40? Yeah, 40. Okay. So some angle plus 8 degrees, right? And then 180 minus that. And then divided. And then. So yeah, 6 times some angle. Or 6 times some angle plus. Here, watch. If I make a line real quick. If I do 6 times some angle plus 8, right, is equal to 180. So then 180 divided by 6 would be 30. So 30 is equal to some angle plus 8. So the angle is 22. Alright. So now, I should be, wait, hang on. I'm not done with this sketch yet because I need to add in a very important piece. And this will be 10. No, not 1. Two. Yeah, for a piece of filament. That ought to work, I think. Yeah. Okay. So now what I can do is I can extrude this and this. And this by 0.6, and hypothetically this should be the whole fan. Right? Hypothetically this should be the whole fan, because what will happen is I'll print 2 of these, right? Plop them into each other, right? And stick a piece of filament through this hole here, right? And they should be able to like expand and shrink a little bit. And we're not to you know, open and close. And yeah. However, there is something I need to know. There is something I need to know. Whoops. So -8, I believe. Okay, -7. Okay. But then times 5. That will be the size of the whole thing. And do I like that? I don't think I do. If I make a copy and rotate it here, minus 23. Whoops. Alright, and then times 6 to make sure that it's slightly not correct. Okay, so then that can be an issue. So what I think I'm going to do, I made this 5, but I don't think it necessarily needs to be 5. It could be as little as 4 probably. That'll reduce it slightly. And then this can be like 25. That I'm guesstimating now because I don't feel like actually checking. I guess I'll go ahead and print this and see if it works. I gotta print it twice, you know. So yeah, I'll go with this and see how well this works. Okay, let's see. Oh, I forgot to hang on a second. I'll name it. call that fan segment. Save as mesh. Okay, open that, and then multiply. And how many do I have? 42 minutes. I hope this works. I hope this doesn't like break or something over here. Anyways, should be fine. That looks big. That looks big. Why does that look big? It was 2, right? Yeah, it was 2. Okay. Well, gonna go ahead and save it then. Two fan segments. Okay. Alright, I will see now how well this works. Okay, so I got the 2 segments printed and I stuck them through some filament. So now I gotta see, do I want to do the underside or do I want to do the overside? And I think I might have done this. I think I'm gonna do the overside. Be a little bit difficult, but not too much. At least it shouldn't be. There we go. Alright, it's in. And it's making some air. It's not making much air. It's not that big either. I think I should make it bigger. So I think 110 is too small. Probably about, I don't know. Real quick, where's the, here it is. Real quick, I want to see something real quick. I want to know how well this works in terms of interfering with the other ones above it, because see, I've got this tab here that, see, that could potentially go into the wrong slot. So just want to see how likely that is, right? So then I don't think, oh wait, hang on. Yeah, it's a little likely. However, I don't think it's too likely, because I think in order for this to happen, right, it has to like bend a lot like this, and that would be rotating on the wrong axis. They're only able to rotate on this axis, so I don't think it's too likely. But yeah, it is making some air, not much air. I want, let's see, I think it should be about, I don't know, root 2 times bigger, like about that big. Right, and then probably make it, instead of 110, like 130, something like that. But I think this mechanism might work, and it is making air. a pretty good amount for like how much is here, for like how much material is here, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna make the fan blades bigger, blades, segments, bring it out some. But I think I also want to print a third one of these just to check, because like I don't think it should interfere, but it might, and if it does interfere, I'm gonna have to use the two slots, and that's the thing. So I don't know what I should do first, print a third one of these at this size, or print 3 of the bigger size, or what. But so far, also I think it's still a little too big, because at this angle, right, this is pretty much the size it will be when it's got all of the segments, and it's pretty thick. So I might want to change some of these a little bit, but I mean, I think, because like, think about this being bigger too, you know? Like, I want everything to be about this big, right? Which means that the added thing has to be like 3 or 4 degrees, which means that these have to be a lot smaller. But I'll see.